Well, I do want to just show people who maybe are watching this that aren't from the Southeast Florida or Southwest Florida area. You'll see on the right side of the screen over there where it says you'll see Southeast Florida around Pompano, Boca, Fort Lauderdale. That's Southeast Florida corridor. And then there's what we call Alligator Alley is the road there, 2 hours and 20 minutes that you have there. So that's probably an 1.5 to 2 hour drive across Alligator Alley, or I don't know, maybe it's an hour and a half. But then to get up to Fort Myers, it's about showing 2 hours and 20 minutes. But that Naples, from where the cursor is over there, that Naples to Cape Coral, Fort Myers area, and Lehigh Acres, all around there, there's a lot of land still out there. So the problem with Southeast Florida is that land is extremely scarce at this point because we have the Everglades that's blocking us in. So that's one reason why property prices have really exploded in the past, 5 to 10 years, because there really is just not much more land left to build on. Whereas the Southwest Florida area still has lots and lots of land and lots of lots. Is that correct?
Yes, totally.
Good. So we're seeing a lot.
We use your office as a reference for. I mentioned a lot of people that see you know where you're located. We are located also in Miami, and we have another branch in Fort Myers.
In Fort Myers, awesome. Good.
So you can go to the next one. It's going to show you the other city that we are building, because there are two models, Clover and Abundance, that I'm going to show you later. The Abundance model we built only in Lehigh. We're going to start a better model, an upgrade of the Abundance.
Larry, can you move to the next slide there? Let's look at those models here. That one too. Yep, there we go.
Okay, this is the Clover.
Perfect.
Pablo.
So this, yeah, absolutely. So as you guys are going to see here, this is our 4.2 Clover model home. This home features a metal roof, high impact windows. This is our upgraded model that we are touring, by the way. We have a Clover model that sells at $309,000 and one that sells at $329,000. This is a $329,000. The difference is the standing seam roof that you guys saw outside. The floor is a 24 by 24 inch porcelain tile. We also get, walking into the kitchen, you're going to see a white quartz countertop. On the other model, we get a granite countertop, which is still a lot better than what most builders are sometimes putting in their homes over here, at least within the city of Fort Myers. We have a very modern design, and everything looks very modern, brand new, high quality. LED fixtures are modern. This is great for investors. They rent out very easy. They're located in an area with high demand. Like I said, within the city limits of Fort Myers. I get calls every day asking, hey, do you have any lots for sale or anything like that? And the land out here, it's not as scarce as it is in Miami, nowhere near. But this is an up and coming area, as we can see. And yeah, so total square footage is 1979, just under 2,000 square feet, and total living area is just under 1,400 square feet. I believe it's 1,376.
And how many bedrooms did you say?
This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with a 1-car garage.
Okay, 4-2, 1-car garage. Those are really nice finishes, by the way. Just I love the floors. Yeah,
about 1,400 square feet under air. Is that what I heard?
Just under, right? It's 1,376 or
okay, cool. Yeah, what do you think these are renting for? I'm just curious.
Well, like I mentioned, in our slide, I believe,
we can wait on that then. We'll wait on it. All right,
let's go ahead.
Or we can, let's swing to it.
If you want to touch, we can touch up on this.
Yeah, we can. I can explain, like Pablo say. We have two models, the same model, but with the different, a little bit of upgrades. The basic one has vinyl floor, granite in the counter, metal roof, but it's 5B, no color. You can see all the screws, but it's secure. It has more than 30-year warranty, so that's amazing for even that area that it hasn't been hit by so many hurricanes like the East Coast, but the last one hit Fort Myers was devastating, Category 4, and we have 40 homes with metal roof. No one got any damage.
That's awesome.
Any leaking, anything.
Amazing.
So, Poise Prime, 309,000 for the basic model that we call, with the same finish, the same quality. But if you want to have the same one as you saw in the video, standing zinc color roof, metal with 35-year warranty, porcelain floor, 24 by 24, quartz countertops, is at 329.
Okay.
So you have the property taxes is approximately the next year after you buy. Probably the first year you're gonna pay as a vacant lot without the adjustment of the appraisal. You pay like $200 for taxes, nothing. But the very next year you're gonna pay around $3,600. Insurance went up. I remember when we started getting COs and selling a few of them, and a few of them rented out, and I keep it myself as my portfolio because they were nice homes, brand new, good quality, and excellent rent. I keep a few of them. I was paying $700 annually for insurance. See, this is not inflation.
Yeah.
Tell me in 4 years if we have 100% inflation. No.
Sadly, around Florida,
no.
at least Southeast Florida, it's we've seen those insurance numbers almost double as well too. So
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So talking about using the reality, today we pay $1,400. It may be a little bit low, a little bit less, but around $1,400. Hazard and liability all inclusive. Actually, rent income. Actually, because we have rented out 24 on the cheaper and the
$309,000 model would rent for $2,400, and the $329 would rent for $25, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. So that will give you, even taking into account the $140 that we charge monthly for the management. It give you a ROI, return on investment, the 7.15, 7.1 approximately, either model.
It's good. That's a good return on investment. Yeah, it's quite
on
good.
A brand new property.
Brand new. That's the thing. Yeah, you don't have to worry about very much maintenance.
For a year, you don't have any expense.
Yeah. Cynthia, what are some loan programs that you're seeing for domestic investors? I'm sure you have some for your foreign investors, but someone that's here, that's a U.S. citizen or resident. What are you seeing?
I would definitely say the DSCR loans are very good for investors, mainly because you don't have to qualify all the way in the sense of income wise, especially if you're looking to purchase it under an LLC per se. If you are a U.S. resident doing the DSCR with the company, you don't have to present a CPA letter. You don't have to really present a lot of income because it's really just based on what the property is renting for. And they, the lender just wants to make sure that whatever it's going to be rented at can cover the mortgage payment. So it essentially works out itself.
What's the loan to value, like our down payment that you need for that loan?
The minimum would be 20%. They can go up to 80% LTV. Or I think also combined.
We have another slide where you have all the numbers. I think.
The highlights.
Talk about that later.
If you
we can talk more about it later. That's fine. But I was just curious. So you can get up to 80% financing, and what are you seeing rates on DSCRs recently?
I would. Depending those variables,
credit and a few other things. Yeah.
More or less, probably like. Some low sevens. I've seen some low sevens.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not reaching so much an 8% anymore.
Okay.
Again, that'll depend if, for example, if you have a not bad credit score per se, but your credit score will help depending on the loan to value as well. But I would say it's starting to reach the low sevens, almost high sixes, which is good.
Okay. That's awesome. Larry, I think I might have interrupted you there.
I was curious, just to confirm, these are concrete construction homes, or are they?
Yes.
Okay.
Concrete.
Yeah.
CBS block, right?
CBS.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, that's awesome, and that's fantastic. You know, the reason for that too is, you know, at least older models of homes here in Florida, multifamily, a lot of them were frame, and that becomes a problem.
No, I don't like
it. for wind damage and things like that.
The other reason why I asked that question is, I mean, it's a $300,000 home. I mean, that's pretty cheap in today's world. So, you know, $329,000, that's really cheap. So you guys are building very cost effectively from my perspective.
Yeah.
I agree.
We go directly, we from the builder to the end buyer. We try to save money as much possible, but to keep quality. Something that I start building even with the other contractor. I say, okay, every home that you're gonna build for me or with my money, it has to have impact windows, impact doors, and a metal roof. I don't want shingles. I don't want regular window. No, but you're stupid. You don't know how to make money. That I've been told everything. Believe me. From 2017 to 19, they told me everything. I didn't care. I keep going. In 2022, when the hurricane came to the West Coast, everybody was asking me if I have another home to sell, to rent.
You look like a genius. Yeah,
like a person, you know, with a crystal
teller.
ball or something.
Not a lot of people have vision. That's the difference. Just having like that vision, not everyone sees it.
Because just to explain this a different way, you could have definitely cut those corners, had the shingle roofs. Maybe, I don't even know if they let you in certain areas have non-hurricane impact windows. Maybe if you're farther east from the coast, but you know, you could cut those corners and get this probably just about the same rent for these properties. But then your clients would be stuck with having to pay for a new roof, a $30,000 roof, or, you know, a blown out home that, you know, is completely destroyed because the windows blew open. So, yeah.
So I did want to kind of emphasize on something, that those price points that we're selling those houses at $309,000, $329,000. Compared to what I've seen from other builders in the area, this price point with the features that it utilizes, they're very competitive. I don't know any other homes. Personally, I haven't seen it. I would drive through Fort Myers. I may be a project manager now, but I try to be on site as much as possible. So I'm always driving around the area. I'm seeing the current construction and the things that these builders use. And you'll have maybe a 3.2 model home, shingle roof, and they're selling for $300,000. They're just not the ideal thing that we want to sell. So we decided to upgrade a little bit. And this metal roof is it's a game changer, in my opinion. And it stood out for us.
Question on, maybe I'm getting ahead of ourselves here, but I'm focused on the rent too. What do you feel the rent demand is there? Not price that you're showing, it's $2,400, $2,500, but for any of the properties that you're managing for your clients in this kind of greater Fort Myers area, when they are vacant, are you still seeing a demand for renters that's coming in? Like, how long are these properties sitting vacant? And let's say in the last 3 to 6 months, what are you seeing?
The last property that we have vacant, it took a month to get a client, a well-qualified client.
Okay.
That's the most longer time I have a property vacant.
Okay.
So normally I have one tenant coming in after the one they left. The very next day, I have people in waiting list.
Got it.
Over there.
Got it.
Most that we work with the workers people, a lot of people that work in landscaping, roofing, flooring, construction, a lot of people that is believing in really bad properties, no maintained property. They telling us everything. Every day we hear the same thing. The roofing is leaking, the bathroom is not working, the AC is not working. Oh no, we don't even have central AC. We have one in the window that is not
the window
not
units.
working. And how much you pay? Oh, I pay $2,200 for the 2-2. I say I have a home for 4-2 for 24. Oh, give me that. So
Right.
Yep.
it's
And
Very
yeah,
high demand for rent in this area, especially with the type of model home that we build.
for sure. Yeah, that quality home. Let's keep it moving. Let's see the next model here.
I'm curious, how long does it take you to build?
Well,
well,
this
good
is
question.
it's a great question. Typically, at least before I jumped into the picture, from my understanding, it was to build a Clover model home about 6 months.
We took a little bit longer if you count permitting all
Right.
that part. 2 months, a little bit more, and then 6 to 8 months construction. But starting Pablo, we noticed a huge change, and now we can say we can build our new set of home that we are doing in probably less than 5 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
With permitting?
right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right,
because
yeah,
we do
because we have a master plan.
permit. We have
Right, we
master
have
plan
a-
on that one.
Oh, I see.
master plan
Okay,
approved
got
from
it.
the
So
city.
you own you bought a whole thing and you've subdivided the parcels and you're building a community.
No, actually, we use any vacant lot. We don't have a huge land that we parcel it. We develop. No, we bought different lots in the area, but we only had to submit the survey, the drainage site plan, and the approval of the master plan. We're gonna do it right garage, left garage. We already have that part, engineering and planning, everything, architectural, everything is done. So
because you're building the same house over and over
yes,
again. Okay, and
That's
the city's
right
okay.
or left, and
Yeah.
we can change the roof, we can change the flooring,
Sure.
but we don't need any permit to do that. So it's gonna be metal roof.
So,
No matter
so
what.
said a different way, you're pre-approved with the city because you're doing so many of these houses, which is the benefit. But
It's not pre-approved, but I
I
have
don't mean like you literally don't have to
more
submit
than middle of the
that
dealing.
house, that model.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Right.
model is 80% in advance.
Right.
Everything is approved.
How many do you guys have under contract or construction right now?
We
Four.
have 4. We're about to have a fifth one. Like my dad stated, we engaged into a government contract with the city, and they came to us after they saw how many homes we built in the area, the quality and whatnot, and we qualified for a Section 3 program. We're going to be doing a demolition and reconstruction. It's actually set to start next week, so it'll be our 5th edition for the year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really good. Great stuff.
Okay. I'll keep it moving here then, guys. I know I just here we go. All right. So what's next? Here's the next model, right?
Okay, we go into the abundance.
The
Pablo?
abundance model. Yeah. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom with a 2-car garage home. These homes are located in Lehigh Acres, roughly 30 minutes away from Fort Myers. As you guys can see, very upscale home. Floors are 48 by 24 inch. Again, modern LED light fixtures, high impact windows. The kitchen, these comes with all appliances included, stainless steel appliances. Here we're going to see, there we go. So yeah, just a 2,600 square feet of space for total area. And for living, we have a little bit over 1,800 square feet living area. So as you guys can see, standalone tub in the bathroom, bidet, something you don't see often. These homes over here, 2 walk-in closets. So we have his and hers. Now this is a master bedroom, and it gives you direct access to the backyard. Here we're going to see in a minute, and we're going to go ahead and enter our laundry room with our 2-car garage. And we will take a look at the covered lanai area. So very, very big backyard. You get a 1/4 acre sized lot in Lehigh. And yeah, that is our abundance model home.
Really
Very
nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we have different approach. We build this with the investors. we have construction costs all include around 340. Low cost is 20,000. You may find in Lehigh lots maybe from 15,000 to 25, 35, 40 or over, depending on the location and also how elevated or how much vegetation you have. So that's impact really on the cost of building, because if you have a low lot, you have to fill with a lot of dirt, and it may cost you more than 7,000 just filling. So sometimes it's better to pay a little bit more in the lot that is clear, and don't spend 3,000, 5,000 in cleaning a lot of trees or filling a lot of more than 70 loads of dirt. So basically, taking into consideration, we have a $20,000 lot. We have a total investment of 360,000. We're talking about a 2,600 square feet home total, with a sale price of 479. That is even really cheap if you compare with the East Coast. So for the 2,600 square feet, with this quality of finish, of course. In this moment, this is pretty nice that opportunity, because I know you have a lot of people in your channels. We have a special deal. We have 4 of these just finishes, brand new, ready to sell, and I can do a wholesale value or deal at 430 for any investor. So it's a huge difference. The rent estimate is 3,200. We don't rent anyone yet, so we have this opportunity. We didn't build this for rental. I prefer to build the other one for rental. It's better income. So,
Okay.
but
so you think you get a
opportunity,
better return on investment on the smaller house.
always.
Okay. And so this one is more for flip, for the end users, right? So
Yes, or for a family to start, a typical family, 1 or 2 children, they can start having a huge home, beautiful, brand new, secure home, impact window, metal roof, beautiful flooring, all of them. The 3 are similar, changing colors, only that. Or the orientation of the garage, right or left. We have master plan as well. So this is a very good opportunity for somebody that want to buy and flip it or rent it out. I don't know, or use it.
So with your investors, let me just understand this. If someone, let's say they're watching this program and they call you and they say, hey, Dario, I want more information on this. How do I make money on this with you? You would wholesale this to them at 430 and then they would put it on the market. Is that what the idea is? Or do you work with investors from the very beginning? They put up the money, you build it, and you make money together. How does that work?
Both way.
Okay.
At this moment, both way. At the beginning, with a few investors, we did that. They put the money, I build it for them, and now we share the profit for 79.
Okay.
But if somebody want to buy it, I use it, sell it, rent it out with me or without me, they can do it.
Got it. Okay, understood. And do you build these on, maybe I'm using the wrong terminology here, but do you build them on spec? Like, are some of these builds where you're using your own money, then you're wholesaling and flipping them, or are all the builds you're doing with funding with investors?
We are doing all this. We were down with investor money, different investor, all different units are owned by different investor, and we share that.
And you share the profits, right? Okay.
Yes, as a builder, but we are gonna start the same model that you saw there with high ceiling and a little bit better the upgrades in Cape Coral. So that is gonna be a spec.
Okay, so kind of like for people to understand, I guess, tell me if I'm wrong here, but your market sometimes in certain areas of Fort Myers might be a little lower end, Lehigh, more space.
In the middle,
maybe in the middle, and then
Cape Coral
Cape Coral's
is
up-
like
it's
the
highest
top
up
for
the
us.
Got it. Because Cape Coral's really near the water. It's almost like a big island, so to speak. So okay.
Yes.
Got
It's
it.
nicer. It's has an average of income a lot higher than Lehigh and even than Fort Myers.
Got it. Okay. Excellent.
We can move to the next one, and then Cynthia can talk about that.
Well, I already touched upon
I
them.
think we talked about it more or less.
Yeah, at least for the investors, definitely for the DSCR loans, those are the great ones. It doesn't. They do require a minimum FICO score of 620. Most investors will have a higher FICO score than that. And like I said, 80% LTV. You could also do like a combined LTV up to 80%, which is pretty good. And then on the next slide, if you can go over, I would have the highlights. Essentially, it can go up to 3 million. The loan amount for these loans can go up to 3 million. We could do 30-year, 40-year, or if you want to do an ARM, sometimes when you do ARM, you might get a better interest rate, a little bit lower. However, it will be adjustable. And like I mentioned, the good thing about it is there's no income, no employment, because it is based on the rentability of the unit itself. And in certain programs of the DSCR, because we have different, it can go as low as 0. So, which means the ratio, it can basically match it and it would be fine. However, the only adjustment for that is that you would need a minimum FICO score of 680 or more. So if you have 620, the DSCR, the ratio is a little bit higher per se. If you want to go, match it, you need at least a 680. This is eligible for also foreign nationals if they're not a U.S. citizen, and can be used for condo hotels, which I know a lot of lenders don't want to do. It's actually a very difficult kind of loan to do. In this case, you can if you want to use a DSCR loan. This one particular that we have with the lender we work with, it could be 1 to 4 units. So if it's a duplex as well, triplex, fourplex, we could do it. Or mixed use and multifamily. And then, like I had mentioned, 20% minimum down payment. I did want to add in for the last unit we saw, which was the Abundance one. If there are people looking to purchase it as an end buyer, we also do offer great programs for first-time home buyers that can either grant the down payment or can essentially give like an assistance, and then the buyer can pay it back slowly. We have great programs in that case as well. But that's pretty much the basis for the DSCR loans. I think
But for the second model, the bigger model that you had, the Abundance, if you're working with an investor, they need to come up with cash, right?
Yes, essentially, yeah. At
The
least
portion of this, obviously, the end buyer could get qualified for one of these loans, correct?
exactly. Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.